What pisses you off instantly? Getting comfy in bed and realizing I have to pee. Waking up having to piss too. Running to the bathroom as fast as possible so you don't run out of tired. Edit, thanks for the awards. True to Reddit form, my top comment ever is about strategic pissing. Or keeping one eye closed to keep my night vision. Edit, thanks for my first ever rewards, pee would somehow be involved, who knew? Edit 2, updated avatar, only fair. Littering. Just throw your garbage in the garbage can and not the floor. When in a conversation someone does a whole monologue but when they're done, won't let you get a single word in and will even walk away. I see you have met my dad. He'd get along with my mom. He did. People who don't let others off things, elevators, subways, etc., while they try to get on. Cut in lines. See also, people who exit a lift or train, or get off an escalator, and then just stop dead, causing an immediate pileup as everyone behind them has to body swerve the moron. When I put the thing in a specific place, and then I go to get it from that specific place, and the thing isn't there. Where's the ducking thing? I put it there, I know I did. No one knows anything about the thing or its whereabouts. Drives me insane. Later on I inevitably find the thing in a different place, and suddenly remember putting it there. Then I am pissed off with myself. My version of this, I go looking for an object I don't need very often. It takes me a while to find it, which annoys me. Once I'm finished with it, I then put it in a very specific place, so that next time I'll know where to find it. Next time I need it, say a couple months down the road, whatever place made perfect sense to pass me is now inconceivable, and so I go right back to not being able to find the thing and it taking a while. The trick is to remember the first place you go looking for it, and then put it there after you're done with it. When you walk out a door and your belt loop gets caught on the door handle. Edit, to all the people who think they know exactly how tall I am, look at 3 or 4 people of the same height and note where their waist sits. It's all over the place because everyone has different leg-torso ratios. Also, thanks for diagnosing me with ADHD. I had no idea. To add to that, headphone cords getting caught on anything and tugging your ear. When I'm wearing socks and walk into my kitchen area and step into wet. I too have kids. Also, my mom has chihuahuas. It's anyone's guess what I have on my foot. If there's anything worse than wet, it's mystery wet. And then you dab it with a tissue and see it's a nasty shade of yellow-brown gray. I wear slippers indoors now. My dog has messed up allergies. Add green to the list of colors. Lamau. Trying to open easy open packaging to find out that shit is not, in fact, easy to open in any way, shape, or form. Those little tabs at the corner of packets of cold meat that are supposed to peel the whole thing open but instead, just completely detach. Rage. Wired headphones getting ripped off my face unexpectedly. Someone 100% mischaracterizing me in a condescending way. Working hard all day only to be accused of being lazy by the end of it. Working hard all day only to be accused of being lazy by the end of it. This was the final straw that caused me to quit my first job. Cussed out one of my higher-ups in a blinding rage after they said something to the effect of me being lazy and not pulling my weight, despite me being the only person who ever consistently showed up to their shift and got their shit done on time. That kind of shit still enrages me to this day. Had my manager pull me into a meeting to explain why I'd left early a few days before. Somehow they couldn't grasp the idea that engineers work on a different schedule to office staff. The stupidest part was that this was the same person who had to sign my timesheets every week, so they should have damn well known what my hours were. The entitlement of people. Seriously, what the duck? Some people you can tell have never worked for the service industry. Like someone who thinks they can be assholes and condescending to waiters and other staff. One time on a flight, this lady started to make a big scene throughout the most of the flight, yelling at PPL about how she lost a ring. It was like a wedding ring or something, but all she talked about was how big and expensive it was. So 3 of the flight crew check everywhere where she sat in first class, but couldn't find anything. So the lady gets all indignant and says she'll sue the airline, that one of them must have stolen it. It turns out she dropped it into her own purse. She obviously did not apologize and just STFU. Total bitch. So rich but couldn't get it fitted. Okay. Schrödinger's douchebag. Defined as someone who speaks or acts in offensive ways and then decides whether he was joking or not based on people's reactions. Edit, grammar. Haha, you thought I was serious, but it was obviously a joke. I can't believe you fell for that. Oh my god, you're silly. More like it was just a ducking joke, chill the fuck out. You guys are too sensitive. Learn how to take a fucking joke, God. Ridiot Sincars. This mainly gives me anxiety. I can't scroll through that. Can't help but think, yeah, that could happen to me. I don't know why, but as I get older, driving makes me more nervous. I used to never be like this. I used to love driving. It's because you've learned through life that there's a lot of idiots behind the wheel. People who always interrupt you when you're mid-sentence. My husband has a habit of starting a sentence and not finishing it. Then I'll chime in, thinking it's my turn. Let me finish. Me, I thought you were finished? You stopped talking? Edit, I'm either a horrible person or I have ADHD. One thing that changed how I communicate with everyone for the better, listening is not waiting to speak. Was in a meeting once and the guy leading it scolded a couple people for constantly interrupting him. He said, you guys are listening to speak, not listening to understand. Edit, he said this because he was trying to explain what he needed and they kept cutting him off with their assumptions on what he was going to say. Meetings are tough when you have a bunch of people trying to plan something. I don't like talking over people or interrupting people, but sometimes you have to do it before the meeting progresses and you lose your chance. If you sense your window of opportunity closing, just point out the window and yell, hey! What is that? Then when everyone turns to look and realizes there's nothing there, say casually, anyway, what I was thinking is trust me. I'm an expert. These days, just opening my eyes in the morning. You can use my trick. I wake up in the morning and I think of 3 things that I'm looking forward to on that particular day, then I quickly realize that all I have to look forward to is problems and stress, and I scream internally for 10 to 15 seconds and then take a shower and go to work in a daze, come home, go to bed and repeat. Had me on the first half. When I hit my head on something. This pipe right around head level near my washing machine and utility sink, I'm not even tell it's an old house. I bump my head on it an embarrassing amount of times. I always want to smash something when I do. Ada, I actually have a couple weeks of from work and started a to-do list. Going to add padding that pipe. Thanks all. Yes, my first inclination when I hit my head is to be violent. I'm otherwise a chill person. Yes. I could get my arm cut off and I would be like, ouch. But hit my head and I see absolute red and want to destroy something. I thought it was just me. So glad I share this hatred with others. It takes all my might to not put my hand through the nearest destroyable object every time I bump my head. Being volunteered without my consent. Ah, the classic voluntold. As a nurse, patients that spit at me. Very few things make me want to cock punch you like spitting at me. These people are very brave, very stupid AF at the same time. Why on earth would you piss off the person responsible for your care health? Because they can get away with it. They can also get restrained with me standing at a 10-foot distance from them for the rest of the night, because that's a potential harm to my health, along with a police report for assault. Nurses have been abused for far too long, and the few that are left in the profession are flat out not taking it anymore. We are humans who deserve basic respect and common decency first, nurse second. Nurse. As hospital security, trust me when I say that nothing pleases me more than getting to restrain, potentially hold down someone who starts being a cunt to their nurse. You spit on and tried to take a swing at your nurse or orderly? Okay, big man, have fun now as me and 4 other guards hold you to the bed like a screaming child while you get clapped into 6-point restraints and a spit hood. Have fun screaming impotently for potentially hours while your cold loogie drips down from the mesh back onto your face, and you can't scratch that super annoying itch on your back because your hands are restrained since you clearly can't control them. Working in healthcare, even tangentially, especially during this pandemic, has eroded what little faith or patience I had left for humanity. If you act like a ducking animal, I'm going to treat you like one. 15 years of hospital security here. One thing they drill into our heads early is that over 2/3 of documented workplace violence incidents occur in the healthcare environment. It sounded like some far-reaching, self-advertising bullcrap when I first heard it, but after spending all this time in a major city hospital, I'm surprised that it's not a bigger percentage. We have to stop a lot of physical aggression every single day. Meth users can eat a fat one.